Hi, chums. I'm back on the Bat Channels, responding to a press release by Frances Widdowson today. Today is November 29th, 2025, and at 2 p.m., the press release is dated 2 p.m. Frances Widdowson announced that she's going to show up again, uninvited, at the University of Victoria on Vancouver Island on December 2nd, it's a Tuesday, 2025, to conduct her unethical research on vulnerable populations without their informed consent. That is my view, and that will remain my view. So, you know, I wanted to, we already seen, this is just atrocious behavior, you know, and it's no wonder that we've seen some unfortunate events unfold, and that's what they're trying to do. You understand? These people are trained, okay? They're trying to create, they're trying to leverage our trauma to get us to lose our minds. And we saw what happened at the University of Winnipeg. We saw what happened at the University of Manitoba. We saw what happened there, right? And this is what they're trying to achieve. They're trying to paint us out to be like whatever horrible things that they think and feel in their, like, you know, black hearts. That's what they're trying to pull out of, out of us by leveraging our trauma. And so I'm going to make some recommendations in this video about how to handle this, because, you know, in an effort to avoid, you know, because no one helped any of them over there in Manitoba to deal with this. Obviously, they had no one to, you know, they had no one to talk to plan and to prepare to, like, you know, to deal with this. And like I said, these people they're trained and they're doing it again. For example, this press release was released today, very short notice. Okay. Today's a Saturday, you understand? And so then that short notice is deliberate. Okay. It's intended to deprive the community at UVic of any time to prepare or respond to this, right? And so then, you know, that's really poor, and it's also spineless. And that's the kind of people that these are. So, you know, there's the announcement includes some people. I'm looking at it here on the X. So, of course, Tomb Raider Frances Widdowson, unethical researcher. Alex Zoltan, fake media. Drea Humphrey, fake media. Dallas Brody. So she's at 1BC, I think, leader. I actually blocked Dallas Brody, so I you know, I don't have to see all that garbage. But I do see some of her. Like, I see other people, you know, that's how I know that she's like a really shitty dresser, for example. Like, you know, those TikTok videos where it's like 1,000 ways to wear a scarf? It's like, you know, she should lay off that. You know what I'm saying? What else do we have? So anyway, she's a racist. She's like really, some of these racists out here, like, I'm an expert in this stuff, especially BC racists. And there's some of them are just so obsessed, and it's just down to the core of who they are, that, you know, the thing of it is like, they blame us for like everything that is, that they perceive to be wrong or missing from their lives. Like, from their pathetic lives, they blame us because they need someone to blame other than themselves. And so then they get really fixated and obsessed with us. And so there's two others. I don't know anything about them. Tim Thielman, Chief of Staff, 1BC, and Tara Armstrong, House Leader, 1BC. So they're going to be there. You know, fake media, I mean, what can I say? You know, there's a lot of useless men out here, and Alex Zoltan is included. Okay, so like, instead of getting a real job, he's out here participating in this. Just, I don't even have the words. I don't know what kind of person behaves this way and treats others this way, because it's like they're terrorizing genocide survivors out here. I mean, what could be worse? Do you have a worse idea? Can't think of one. Drea Humphrey, I don't know much about her. She thinks she's better than us. Totally wrong. Really, very misguided. She seems to be pretty young and impressionable and misguided, and I think exploited, by people like her handlers, right? The media that she works for. Like, she's all over the place, just jumping on the next thing, trying to get the clicks. What kind of life is that? That's your goal. It's crazy. Do something real. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, in my view, Drea is being exploited. She's not informed, and she's way off, and she's definitely not better than us. Okay. So Jim McMurdy, what I've seen on here in his press release is, so in quotes, right? He saw how the pursuit of truth was being destroyed in the school system. And so that's some of the reason why he's on this whole tour. Let me tell you a story. So I'm 47 years old. Okay. So, 35 years ago or whatever it was, in elementary school, I had a teacher who one day had a male teacher who one day had just a meltdown right in front of everybody. And the reason that teacher had a meltdown is because he could see the way that they were destroying the curriculum. And he knew it was deliberate. So that's all I could tell, being a young person at the time, as those two things for sure. It's not like he said that, but I could tell that those two things were what was going on. So he had to leave class and compose himself. He was so upset by what he saw. It must have been the beginning of the school year, and he's looking through things or in the middle of a having had experience in the curriculum previous to this instance I'm talking about, and he could see what was happening, and and he knows that this is a pattern, and he sees where it's headed, and that teacher cares. He cares about education, and so these they have been destroying the curriculum for a heck of a long time. And, they've been dumbing everybody down, and they have not been teaching truth. And they've been, they've been on the wrong track here in terms of education for a long time. So then my question is why did Jim McMurdy wait? If he's talking about how the pursuit of truth is being destroyed in the school system, that's not a new thing. He knows that. Everyone in education knows that. So why didn't he address this 2 or 3 decades ago? That's my question. And if I had to answer it, then, in my view, it's because he's a racist, and so then he took an opportunity. He's using it as an opportunity to beat on First Nations, because that's his jam. So that's my critique of his whole spiel and dog and pony show. Okay. So, in my last video, if you check out my last video, you'll see what I mean by unethical research. Okay. Also, I thought that, that I'd be recommending that Frances Widdowson be removed. On the basis that she's conducting unethical research on vulnerable populations without their informed consent, which is the case. I've since seen that, UVic tried to block Frances Widdowson in 2023. And then, the lawyers, obviously, I don't know all the details, but it looks to me like all the lawyers got involved, yada, yada, back and forth. And UVic had to back off. Due to free speech, constitutional rights, all this kind of jazz. And so then it's unlikely that they're going to interfere with Widdowson's plan to show up uninvited and conduct unethical research on vulnerable populations without their informed consent. And so then, you know, it may not be worth anybody's time to, you know, to like advocate or demand that she be removed or any of this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, so that's not going to be my recommendation. Like, you know, if it were, I would have recommended that, you know, you write to the administration and, you know, express yourself and let them know that, you know, like, I mean, I don't think that terrorism of genocide survivors is a healthy thing for the UVic community, and you know, and so then definitely on those grounds, like, I mean, in my view, she should be removed. Like, you know, not arrested or anything, but like just hauled off campus and, you know, dump her behind on the sidewalk. You know what I'm saying? But that's not going to happen likely. So then instead of that, my strong recommendation, number one, do not give your data to unethical researcher Frances Widdowson or her posse, okay? Or Alex Zoltan or any of these losers. So number one, do not give your data to these losers. They're going to be, they announced that they'll be in front of the McPherson Library. I recommend that you do not attend. I recommend that no one attends. Don't engage, don't go. Like, hopefully it'll be a ghost town there on December 2nd outside the McPherson Library. So that's my recommendation. And if there are people there, let it be an echo chamber of these racists having their own little, you know, racism party of, you know, beating on First Nations, Indian residential school survivors and generational survivors and all that. Let them have their own little echo chamber genocide party. Do not attend, do not engage. Yeah. You know, I mean, don't give your data to these awful people, okay? They're coming there. They're coming there to harass and terrorize you, and they're trying to leverage your trauma to cause you to lose your mind, so that they have this video footage, so that they can put it up on their social media and get their clicks and paint us out to be, you know, as low as they are. And so that's why I think that it's the best case, you know, the best course of action is to just ignore them. Don't attend, and don't participate. And number one, again, do not give your data to unethical researcher Frances Widdowson or her posse or these fake media. Really sad video that I have to make. And yeah, so I think that's all that I really have to say. And I'm so sorry that this is happening to you guys there in BC, you know, in Vancouver Island at UVic. You know, and you can take my recommendations and do with them what you wish. I mean, of course, you know, you make your own decisions, and you will, you know, conduct yourselves according to your own guidance, or your own, you know, seek the advice of your elders, you know, talk to others, and, you know, think about it. You got a few days. 30, 31, you have like 2 days to think it over and decide what you're going to do. I recommend you just stay away. I recommend that you know, that, and like, I mean, my strongest recommendation, again, do not give your data to these awful people. They're unethical researchers, and you can't trust them with that data. And so then, and they're not entitled to it. And they don't deserve to have any access to you or, I mean, in my view, they don't deserve to have access to that community to do this, to conduct these horrible trauma and terrorizing, events tour that they have going. But, it is what it is. And, it seems that they have, like a legal basis to, on their side to be there, unfortunately. And that's why, I think it's best that you just avoid them altogether. And you definitely don't, like, I mean, as I said, these people are trained and they're setting up a trap for you. And so I'm just trying to I don't want to see people fall in that trap the way that, we saw, like, I mean, you don't want to lose your mind, because then, if it's not you that's directing, that's the director in your, if you lose it and you snap, then who is that's directing your choices and your behavior, and what kind of trouble are you going to find yourself in? You know what I'm saying? And so, like, these are some of the unfortunate events we saw in Manitoba, and I just don't want to see another unfortunate, and I definitely don't want them to have any more of that kind of footage or those kind of clips to exploit people for days and weeks on their stupid social media. So that's why I made this video. Thanks for watching.